Hare Krishna. Welcome back to Bhagavad Gita series. Today we shall be discussing from the first chapter, text number 8. Om Jnanatimmirandasya Jnananjana Chalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kṛpa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So text 8 says bhavān bhīṣmaś karṇaś kṛpaś samitiṁ-jayaḥ Aśvatthāmā vikarṇaś saumadattis tathaiva. There are personalities like you, Bhīṣma, Karṇa, Kṛpa, Aśvatthāmā, Vikarṇa, the son of Somadatta called Bhūriśravā, who are always victorious in battle. So, after trying to hide his fear in the 7th verse, Duryodhana is now speaking the names of great warriors who are ready to fight on his side. So first and foremost he says bhavān. Bhavān means you, yourself. So he's talking to Droṇācārya. He's saying, my dear sir, you, Droṇācārya. So we know Droṇācārya is a greatly expert archer. In fact, he's the expert of Dhanurveda. And practically all the brothers of Duryodhana and all the Pandavas, they were trained by Droṇācārya. So Droṇācārya, being their teacher, is always in the superior position. So here, it's actually very interesting that Duryodhana is beginning with the name of Droṇācārya first. Though we all know Bhīṣma is the greatest warrior of his time. But yet, being expert diplomat, he is taking first the name of Droṇācārya because he knows Bhīṣma, being a great Vaishnava and humble soul, he will not mind his name being mentioned after Droṇācārya, who happened to be a respectable Brahmana. So, bhavān, and then he says Bhīṣma. Bhīṣma, everybody knew, was the greatest warrior of his time. There was never a time when Bhīṣma was practically defeated. In fact, there's a description in Mahabharata. Bhīṣma even defeated Parshurāma, the same Parshurāma who had rid the earth from all the Kshatriyas for 21 times. Trisatta samidhakrada. So Lord Parshurāma, he's known for annihilating the entire Kshatriya race 21 times. And yet, he couldn't defeat Bhīṣma. On the contrary, Bhīṣma defeated him. And then, Bhīṣma also had the great boon from his father. The boon that he will die only when he desired so. So just imagine a person coming to the battlefield with this boon, that he will die only when he desires. No one else can kill him. No. He can be killed only when he desires himself. So with this kind of boon, a person practically becomes invincible on the battlefield. So, bhavān bhīṣmaś Karṇa. Then he's speaking about Karṇa. Karṇa was the half-brother of Pandavas, because he was son of Kunti, but born to her before her marriage to Maharaj Pāṇḍu, through the union with Suryadev. So, Karṇa was also a great warrior. In fact, Karṇa was born with kṛpaś and kundalas. Because he was born with kṛpaś, no kṛpaś could actually penetrate his, kṛpaś. No weapons could actually penetrate his kṛpaś. He was practically invincible. Of course, in the battlefield, he came without kṛpaś because kṛpaś was begged by Indra from him. In the pretext of begging, he had asked the kṛpaś from him, and Karṇa, being the greatly charitable person, he had handed it over. But nevertheless, Karṇa was still a great Maharathi. Although Bhīṣma, before the battle of Kurukshetra, when Duryodhana was asking him the analysis of his own army, so Bhīṣma that time listed Karṇa as Ardharathi. As we discussed before, Ardharathi means a person who can't even fight with one opponent at a time. He needs help from others to fight with one opponent. And Duryodhana actually became very angry, and Karṇa also became very angry when he was announced by Bhīṣma in this way as a half Ardharathi. And Bhīṣma actually explained that because although Karṇa was a great Maharathi, he could fight with 10,000 warriors single-handedly, but he had two curses in relationship to battlefield. One curse was from a Brahmana who had cursed him that whenever you go and when you are going for a most crucial battle of your life, the earth will swallow the chariot wheel on which you will be riding. That means his wheel would be stuck in the ground during the battlefield. It's a great disadvantageous position. The person cannot move, and especially a chariot fighter. His chariot should be able to move. Chariot driver's job is whenever he sees the danger for his master, the charioteer, then he tries to save him by navigating the chariot in different ways. But if the chariot is stuck in the ground, that's a greatly fearful situation for the chariot fighter. So that was one. Another curse he had from his own Guru Parshurama, who had cursed him that he will forget the mantras, that he will forget the wisdom that he has imbibed from Parshurama in relationship to fighting, when he'll be fighting the most crucial battle of his life. And Kurukshetra war was the most crucial battle for Karṇa. So with those two curses, Bhīṣma explained, Karṇa was actually Ardharathi because he had tremendous disadvantages on the battlefield. And then he mentions about Kṛpa. Kṛpācārya was a priest, family priest for the Duryodhana and his family. So, and he's mentioning about samitiṁ-jayaḥ. Jaya means victorious, and samitiṁ-jayaḥ means who has always been victorious. And then he says, Aśvatthāmā vikarṇaśya saumadattis tathaiva. Aśvatthāmā was son of Droṇācārya. Droṇācārya was married to the sister of Kṛpācārya, that is Kṛpi, and their son was Aśvatthāmā. So Aśvatthāmā was also a great chariot fighter. And Vikarṇa is the younger brother of Duryodhana. And finally, Saumadatti tathaiva. Saumadatti is son of Somadatta. His name was also Bhūriśravā. So Bhūriśravā was the name of the warrior. He was also known as Saumadatti because his father's name was Somadatta. So these are the great fighters which Duryodhana is mentioning. They have never tasted defeat. They have always been victorious in the battlefield. Okay. So in this way, Duryodhana is trying to encourage the teacher, Droṇācārya. Duryodhana is hiding his fear and trying to encourage his commander-in-chief that we also have great fighters on our side. And therefore we have every cause to be victorious and nothing to be afraid of. So this is the main substance of this particular verse. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.